what I'd like to ask all of you is, are we happy with the status of the world we live in today? Do we look forward to our future, or are we worried about the future? Now, there is no doubt that there has been a lot of progress over the centuries. Science and technology have brought in comforts. They have gotten us away from superstitions. There is no lack of progress. But at the same time, can anybody doubt that we are facing challenges which we seem to have no answer to? There is the population explosion, there is the climate change, you talk of spread of weapons of mass destruction, rise of extremism, etc., etc. All of these, there is an element that science and technology, while making that progress, have also created these problems. So the question is, what is the answer to it? Can we answer these problems the way the world has been running? Can we answer this in the business as usual approach that I may call it? The fashion in the old days was, for example, that when new lands were discovered, the discoverer took possession of that. The Spanish laid claim to South America, the British laid claim to Australia and the North Americas. But can that system continue? For example, now explorations are being done of the planets. We've gone to the moon. We are headed for the Mars and for other planets and stars. Who will lay claim to that? Or will we start fighting over it once again? Who will own the resources of Antarctica or the Arctic or the deep oceans? These are problems which are staring us in the face. Where are the answers? Who is thinking about it? And unless we do that in advance, we know that we'll only end up creating more problems, insoluble problems. So, I have tried to make an attempt as an individual to think about the future for the human race. I've written out 20 guidelines through which I hope will be shared by all of you, and I invite you to look at them, click on them in this site, and let's have your views, try to improve these. We must develop a consensus as to how we will jointly face the future, because technology has driven us towards a globalized world, and our answers have to be at the global level. The old approach of thinking of national priorities, national interest, parochial groups will not work. The world is one. We are living on that beautiful yellow dot, as it was called, looking at the earth from space. That imagery speaks volumes for us. Unless we change our mentality, unless we start thinking in those terms, we are not going to get very far. So this is an invitation to all like-minded people to please look at this effort, humble effort which has been made, to join in this attempt to fashion out, and then our future state of governance should be along those lines. Otherwise, imagine going to a new world, a new planet, whose system of governance would be adopted? Would it be that of a superpower like the US, or a future superpower, maybe China, maybe Russia, India, Brazil, anyone? Would their views, would the thinking be acceptable to everyone? The answer is obviously no. When somebody is on the driving seat, he cannot do the thinking. Thinking has to be done in advance by you and me, so that the plan, the constitution, the rules, the values by which those explorers will conduct themselves is already spelled out.